Good morning, New Hill City. 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 Good morning, Good morning, New Hill City. Good morning, New Hill City. Today's episode was Nollam. We're gonna have some fun times, and we're gonna suck dick. Probably not, actually, not this episode. But subscribe to my OnlyFans, onlyfans.com/firedemon2021. Don't do that. Some of you are underage. How dare. Anyway, welcome to Good Morning New Good Morning New Hill City. This is the intro of the show. I am feeling so good today. And the reason I'm feeling good is because I have tuna here. And apparently, at some point soon, I'm going to start trying to go vegan, which is going to be fun. And I'm going to be hangry and angry. Hangry and angry. But until then, I'm going to eat all of the animals that I can. Because fuck that. I'm probably going to be vegan for like a day. Honestly, a day. You know what I mean? Oh, forgot some people with misophonia. Anyway. Welcome to New Hill City, our weekly podcast where we interview one of our illustrious members of New Hill City. Announcements today. We have, Justice in Chains is going to happen. Part of it is getting a little delayed, mostly because of me. Because I can't schedule things, even though that was my job for a while. So that's going to happen soon. You guys are not going to want to miss that. It's going to be probably Saturdays or Sundays. It's going to be fun. Don't worry. We'll talk about it. And we have some new role plays. Soaring University just started. Apparently that's a hit. And we have, I think that's it. I think that's really it in terms of new things going on in New Hill City. Announcement-wise, I think that's it. That's the shortest announcements we ever had. Work us. The weather, it's hot as fuck. It's still hot as fuck here. I don't even know if we have like a temperature meter for how hot it is. Kelvin? Kelvin, is that a thing? Kelvin? Who's Kelvin? I used to have sex with a guy named Kelvin. He had a micro penis. And that's okay. It wasn't okay with him, but it was okay. It's okay in general. Here's a rich thing I bought. I recently just purchased a drill bit because I wanted to seem a little I really wanted to seem really masculine. So I bought a drill. I haven't used it yet. I'm not really going to use it on anything, which is weird because I only hire people to do stuff on my house, so I don't really know why I have a drill. But I thought it looked cute, and it's pink, so I thought that'd be fun. So I bought a pink drill bit, drill thing. Is it drill bit? Is the bit the little thing? I don't even know what it is. But it was $400, so there we go. So there's a rich thing I bought. Time for a game corner. I haven't had time to play games this week. This week is one of the busiest weeks I've had since the pandemic started. So it's not really great, but we're working on it. Ratchet & Clank just came in on Monday, so hopefully do a silent stream of that. Unfortunately, found out that my Gen 2 headphones for the PS5 don't work together, so I'm going to get some new headphones, spend a whole lot of money on some new Astro headphones, and that will probably be in several months from now. So, British Fire's a thing I didn't know I needed. Sup? We stand. First of all, shout out to Brazil. Shout out to Sup holding down NHC Brazil alone. I think Sup is the only member from Brazil, and we live. I've been asking for a Brazilian. I've been asking for a Brazilian in many ways. The countries that I was, or the areas of the world that I was most interested in having more representation here at New Hill City was Brazil, South America in general, but Brazil for sure, We have no Japanese members. It's crazy to me. We have no Japanese members, and more from Africa. Those are the three areas: Japan, South America, Africa. So if you have friends from those areas, invite them in. Wow, that was a real big tangent from Game Corner. Anime Corner. We have anime coming up. I don't know. I don't. We'll see. I may actually skip anime. Maybe skip this week because I don't have the time. I don't have the time. This month is busy. It's busy. Human Corner, nothing's happening with humans. Let's just be real. Nothing's happening with them. Who cares? Who gives a fuck about them? Who gives a fuck about humans? And let's move on to my favorite section. Heli Talk, Heli Talk, Heli Talk. Oh. Heli Talk. So what's new in the helis? What's happening in the helis? I don't think there's anything crazy happening in the helis. But let me just see. Let me take a little look. Say a little look. Say. Oops, you done muffed it up again. So I've realized that the two categories that are going to be really big. I mean, every year, Best New Member is the biggest category. Best New Member is forever the biggest category. It's the biggest award of the night. It's incredible. It normally has like 50 nominees. It's gonna be insane. So I'm excited. And this year, this is the year of Best New Member that it could go to anybody. It could go to Swift. It could go to Shy. It could go to Shadow. It could go to Velvet. It could go to Sup. It could literally go to anybody. And so I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited about it. But the other category that has arisen from this thing is Most Improved Member is also going to be a really tough category because a lot of members who have decided to pop up and be more active this year. So Most Improved, we have just nominated Kiara and Spicy Snowflake. We have Zozo, Cammy, Luna, CD, Soph, Shy, Goose, aka Devin, Lobsy, Caps, Down by 6, aka Jesse. It's gonna be kind of nuts. So I'm excited about that. I'm very, very, very excited about that. And fucking Best Quote, I'm tired of it. There's 40 nominees for Best Quote. Oh my god. But I think it's going to be a very, very interesting Hellies, and I can't wait to see what happens. Ooh, and we're going to talk to someone today who is no stranger to the Hellies and has made some interesting, controversial Hellies history previously, which is a great segue because we're about to introduce this fine schmecksy young gentleman. Nollam, I have known for since around dinosaur times, and he originally came into my stream through Phil. He'll tell you the story, but and we have been attached at the groin ever. That's probably not. That's not where we've been attached. We've been attached to the mind ever since. Attached to the hands ever since, and he has had an interesting journey here. He's now a mod. He's been a mod for a while. I think he has 6 Hellies to his name now. We'll get into it because it's been an interesting journey for him. But welcome to the stage, the one, the only, the Nollam. Yeah.
Hey, yeah. How are you today?
I'm horny as always. How are you today, Nollam?
I've just ate, but I'm still hungry.
Well, King of Brownies over here. I have flown all the way over to rainy London to England or UK to see you, and I'm sitting in your house. It's so rainy here. So rainy.
Except for it's not raining and we're having a heat wave right now.
Yeah.
But
that was the next thing I was going to say is that it just stopped raining, and it's also very hot here. And all you've offered me so far is a piece of a brownie to eat, which is
here you can have tons of brownies. Today is shopping day, so we've just got 2 whole boxes of brownies have just arrived this morning.
Okay, and of those 2 boxes, how many can I have?
You can have 10.
How many come in a box?
20.
Oh, okay, that's very generous of you, Nollam.
Yeah.
I'm currently on a vegan journey right now, so I can't have any, but I will watch you eat them and record you eating them and put them on my OnlyFans.
Why would that be on your OnlyFans?
It's like a collab. It'd be like, watch my friend eat brownies. Ooh, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I'm just going to smile and nod and
Okay,
pretend I understand.
that works. So Nollam, you have been you are a certified NHC legend at this point. I think it's safe to say you are an NHC legend. Um,
Isn't everyone a legend, though?
Not really. I mean, we've had this discussion about what a legend is. I would say you are top tier status citizen denizen of New Hell City. I do think you are in like the Hall of Fame of New Hell City. I think.
I was the biggest loser in the first Hellies.
Oh, we will get there. Oh, we will get there. So let's start with our first interview question. How did you find out about New Hell City?
In a pretty unique way compared to most of the people in the server. I was streaming Crash Bandicoot 3 and my internet died. And so,
Really?
yep, so as soon as my internet came back on, I thought I'll check Umbra since he was in my chat right as my internet died, just to tell him that my internet died, and that's why it was an abrupt end. And I saw that he was watching a Fire Demon streaming. So I popped in, and you were streaming Yakuza 0, I believe.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And Yakuza is awesome, so I stuck around.
That's interesting because I don't know that had I been streaming any other game that you would have stuck around. Because Yakuza is a big game for you.
Yep, though I probably would have stuck around, but not sure.
I think it's a more interesting story if you were like the only game I was going to stick around for was Yakuza and I was playing it. So when we do tell the story again, we're gonna say it that way. You're gonna be like, I was about to click away, but then I saw he was streaming Yakuza 0, and I also saw that he was really, really, really beautiful, and wealthy.
No, I think the reason why I stuck around was because you're so friendly, Fire. I was won by your personality.
But my personality isn't okay. I guess that's fine. My personality, I guess. Can you just tell me I look gorgeous? Well, we're gonna get there. Don't worry. Don't start yet. What was your first impression of the city? Now you have been here since pre Discord. So
yes. So the Discord itself. This was the very first Discord I joined.
Oh wow! I didn't know
I'm
that.
pretty sure.
Did Phil
I created. Nope.
Oh.
I created my account specifically for this, I believe.
Oh, love that.
And then other Discords that I joined not too much longer later was Mitch's Discord and Phil's, but I believe both of them were made slightly after this one, maybe a few months or so.
And shout out to Mitch and Phil. I will destroy your Discords. Because I'm now going to be like a YouTuber.
You are in both, aren't you?
I am, and I'm going to start like a YouTube beef with them. So we can have like a war.
Oh, you're not in Mitch's.
Oh shit, I'm not in Mitch's. That's true. Mitch
but you are in Phil's.
Mitch knows me. Mitch knows me. He knows me anyway. Next question is so you actually kind of helped build this city, essentially.
Yep, where in the beginning there was basically just the best circle of hell.
Yep, there's one.
And there were definitely no categories.
Nope.
And then, as soon as you built the Weeb world, which is now an entire section, but that is where I have laid my claim.
Oh, we will get there too. What is your favorite part about New Hill City?
I'd say actually the D&D section.
Really? Okay. Interesting. That's not what I thought you were going to say.
You
Tell me why.
thought I was going to say the Weeb world.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yeah.
Throughout the history of Weeb world, I'd say there has been more down moments compared to the D&D section.
That's fair. That's fair. I know, right? So, what is your primary role in the community? I'd say there are a few.
I'd say I am one of the old guard of the mods.
That is true.
So old that I'm using a walking stick now.
I think Nollam is one of the few who's been nominated for Mod of the Year every year the Hellies have been around. So
also, I'd say one of the other things is that trying to revitalize the Weeb world, because it got pretty quiet at one point. I've somehow ended up becoming the person who does a daily or weekly game in the Discord now.
Oh yes. We're going to get to Who's That Wednesday.
I never planned that to happen, but it just ended up happening to the point that I'm planning on doing a Who's That Wednesday live. I've already got the 5 hints ready.
Oh God. Oh boy, I'm so bad at this. We'll figure out where to stick that in, which is something I've said.
You say it all the time.
Yeah. So what is your favorite channel? This is the moment of truth. Your single favorite channel.
I'll say Anime Chat.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Okay.
Yep, because when it's the D&D section, I like it as a whole, but there's no one section of it that I'd say is stand out.
Yeah, it's very.
It's all good.
Yeah. Who is your best friend here? And if you don't say me and only me, I will ban you.
I'd say that there is no best when it comes to friends, but it's obviously you.
That goddamn pageant dancer. But I will take that last part and I will isolate it, edit out the first part, and put that in. So thank you. Thank you. I do appreciate that. Next question, similar. Do I look pretty today?
Of course you look pretty, and I love how you've went with goth lolly this time. I know it's terrible in this heat, but goth lolly dresses are just the best.
Listen, fashion is pain. Fashion is pain. Thank you so much. And this is the answer that everyone should have when they come on this show, is an immediate yes. Okay? Everyone listening? An immediate yes. Moving on. Let's talk about these cryptids. Is there any way to stop them? We're on our 6th one. What's going on, Nollam? How do we do it?
There are tons of ways to stop them. The only problem is that they've been stuck in the RP section.
Yeah, they're really stuck up in that crawl. Yeah,
and the RP section is their domain. You can't beat them in the RP section. Take them out of there, though, then they can be dealt with.
Good to know. So we remove the cryptids from the RP section. That sounds good. I think I will probably be able to do that.
Once they get into the D&D section, you can be sure that fire will find a way to kill them.
Oh God, I really hope so. I really, truly hope so. They've become unmanageable. And now, for my favorite section of the interview, are you ready, Nollam, to talk about Yahellies?
Yes, though I'll need you to go through them since I do not remember most of my nominations or even most of my wins.
You know I know, and I have all the pages up here. So currently, and I'm looking at if you look at the Helly Award Hall of Fame channel, which I've set up, Nollam...
The trademark pending.
Nollam is currently sitting at a tied second place with Caddy for... Nollam has the second most amount of Hellies won ever, with 6. And so we're going to go over Nollam's Heli Award history, which has been a little sordid, a little interesting.
Yep, because I always lose in the one category that I'm aiming for.
Whoa, hang on, wait a second. Oh, Jesus Christ, someone moved. That scared the shit out of me. Someone moved the 2020 Heli Awards to the Fire Demon Awards section. I was like, oh God, did someone delete it? I got scared. Hang on one second. Yes, pulling it up. Are we ready? So, the first year, you were nominated 13 times. You were nominated for... You were nominated for Master Debater, to which you lost to Aragorn. Best NHC Pet for Shadow, R.I.P. Shadow, lost to Gizmo. Foodie Queen.
He is buried in the garden.
Did you guys really bury him in the garden?
Yep, in a shoebox.
Oh my God. Oh yes, Shadow meets Shadow. Shadow is a another NHC legend. Nollam's pet rabbit. Nollam and Kemma's pet rabbit. And let me see. Oh, so Foodie Queen, for which you lost to Dragoon.
Which Dragoon is the Foodie Queen.
Apparently, she's proved it to us twice. Weebiest Weeb, to which you lost to Deku. We will get there. Gamiest Gamer.
I have my pitchfork.
Gamiest Gamer, to which you lost to me. Which people have feelings about that.
I voted for you for that one.
Huh, thank you. You voted for the right person. Streamer of the Year, to which you lost to Sig.
I think I voted for Sig for that one as well.
Dungeon Master of the Year, to which you won, and you tied with Fishy, aka Gigart. You were nominated for Best NHC D&D Cast thrice, once for The Haunting as Noten, once for Demonic Dungeon Dives, and winning once with me in Ruses, Riches, and Relations cast.
Which
yeah.
I think it should have actually been The Haunting that won for Best Cast.
Really?
I know hardly anyone watched The Haunting, but I really enjoyed The Haunting.
I disagree, but I will get to what I think should have won. Hang on. Best NHC D&D Character, to which you once again lost to me, but you were nominated for Noten. Best NHC D&D Campaign, Dawnbreak, to which you lost to Demonic Dungeon Dives. And finally, Mod of the Year, to which you lost to Gigart. So, Nollam was nominated for 13 and only won 2. And if you all know about the Biggest Loser...
I was the biggest loser.
The Biggest Loser is an unofficial award that we give out to people who lose the most amount of Helis. And that was Nollam. Nollam is the first ever Biggest Loser. And the reason being, and sometimes you'll see me say, hey, Catherine / Audrey, you will see me saying, don't pull a Nollam when I tell people to vote. And pulling a Nollam is when you refuse to vote for yourself, thereby ensuring that you lose a Heli. So
I do not vote for myself because I just feel like it is duplicitous in some way. So I'm only ever vote for other people. The only other time I voted for myself was for Shadow, because that's technically not me.
That's fair. Is there any awards that you felt like you should have, that you were robbed, that you felt like you should have won?
I only care about the Weeb Award.
So Nollam is also there's a lot that goes on with Nollam's awards. We'll start here. Nollam has avoided has narrowly avoided winning Weebiest Weeb twice in a row. We're gonna get to the 2020 Helis also, but much like people are a little bit well, it's a little more egregious to people that I win Gamiest Gamer more than Deku wins Weebiest Weeb. But yeah,
Deku is my student. I don't think he has surpassed the master, but he has won the adoration of our audience.
That is true. That is true. So people were all expecting. It's crazy because everyone was expecting Nollam to win Weebiest Weeb. It was sort of a shoe-in. We were very convinced, and then he lost it the first year, and we were all like, kind of gagged. We were like, okay, Deku. It makes a little bit of sense for the first year. Like Deku was really. There was also, I think, 2019. There was also like that was probably a My Hero time. I'm sure he was talking about My Hero a lot at some point. So,
It's always My Hero time, though.
I guess it always is in season. So, yeah, Nollam lost that one. And then the other one. How did you feel about losing Gamiest Gamer to me? Well, you voted for me, so I guess you didn't matter.
Yeah, I didn't really mind. I voted for you since I think out of everyone in the Discord, I think you and Sig possibly play the most. Only Pepper really challenges you.
Yeah, I think Pepper really does. I mean, I believe Pepper, just in terms of volume of games, Pepper plays the most variety of games in the server, hands down. And then it's Sig, and then it's me, if we want to get real.
But and you also do a lot of video game related stuff.
True.
So
True. Yeah.
I think it evens out. That I think one of you three should be winning it each year.
That's true. If you do not tell Pepper, I think Pepper probably should win it this year. But we'll see. To vote for
when
me,
it comes to video games, I'm more of I will find a few video games that I love and I will just play those few over and over again rather than playing everything.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're nominated again, so we'll see what happens. How did it feel to win Dungeon Master of the Year, and were you surprised by the tie?
I was surprised. I was actually expecting Spider to win that one.
I was too, actually. Yeah.
I thought Spider deserved the win there, so...
It was very interesting. I actually have Dungeon Master of the Year below.
I think Spider is possibly the best Dungeon Master in the server. To the point that when I'm doing D&D as a DM, I'm usually happy if Spider's a player, because then I know, if something rule-wise that I don't know what to do about, if Spider's there, I've got a sort of backup net that he'll help if things go too crazy.
He'll know what to do.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this D&D cast thing that you brought up, because this is shocking to me. You thought that The Haunting should have won?
Yeah. I just thought that Ruses, Riches and Relations, it was pretty good, and it had some really good characters. I don't like Aya that much.
Why?
So maybe... I just had no idea what I was doing with Aya, because I thought they were just going to be a one-shot character, so I didn't put any thought into them.
Aya got to they got to have some story arcs as time went on.
Yeah, it's just... I prefer the Noten and BB to Aya and Damon.
Oh, that's true. That was a good pairing. I thought Ruses was a really cohesive cast. To me, that made sense. The only other cast that I would have thought was Dawnbreak. I thought Dawnbreak cast was also really, really good, but
Dawnbreak I thought had a really strong cast.
Yeah, to me, Ruses had a really good RP rapport. But to me, the reason why Dawnbreak I think is the best cast is because they have a really good art. They role play together well, but also they were good. They were good in battle together as well too. Well, for the most part. But
they were very good in battle, to the point that I struggled to come up with encounters that actually challenged them.
Yes. We in Ruses were not great at battle, I don't think.
Yeah. Every battle in Ruses was, oh dear, who's going to die?
Yeah, we were very worried about dying every time.
Every battle in Dawnbreak was, oh no, how, what, no, wait, the turtle's already dead, what are you doing? Oh no. That's basically the reaction to all Dawnbreak fights. Because that one fight where they ripped the shell off a dead turtle to then use as a melee weapon against other enemies. Dawnbreak.
Yeah.
Dawnbreak were just very violent in combat.
A lot of violence going on in Dawnbreak. A lot of violence. How did you feel? Did you feel you deserved best Nhd Dnd character? How did you feel about losing to me in that one?
I didn't mind that because I think Noten is hilarious.
Yeah.
I think Noten is hilarious and brilliant, but I wouldn't say he's worthy of winning best character just because he is very much a parody instead of a more serious and well-rounded character.
Well, I think you might have been in second place for that one. But I think out of the nominees for that year, I think the only other person that could have taken down Quano was Noten. But,
Noten was insane.
Noten was insane. Quana, I should bring her back. How did you feel about losing best Nhd Dnd campaign, Dawnbreak? Because I expected you to win that one.
Dawnbreak was only starting as well, though.
Was it? By the time the Hellies came around?
The point that we were at when the Hellies came around, we were at level 3 or 4.
Oh, okay. All right.
And by the time we finished, we were level 14.
Interesting. All right.
So it was surprisingly early in the campaign.
Well, Demonic Dungeon Dives was quite the popular one that year. And then Mod of the Year. But so did you... So when you found out that you were the biggest loser at the Hellies, how did that make you feel?
I felt proud. No one can lose like I can lose.
Well, technically, actually, it's funny because...
Shh. No one can lose like I can lose.
Yeah, no one can lose like you can lose. However, the biggest loser category is very interesting because it's the most amount of Hellies lost, but you also won too. So sometimes I struggle with that category because technically the biggest loser is also Spider Monkey, who walked away with nothing and was nominated for 7 awards. So I go back and forth between who's the biggest loser, but because
And Spider and I are both going to be in Justice as well.
Oh boy.
It's going to be a grouping of the biggest losers.
Well, the funny thing that you should mention both of those. This is you both had great redemption arcs by the time you got to the second Hellies, where you were nominated for 16 awards, 3 more than your last one, and you were not the biggest loser this time. Oh, you were nominated for 15 awards. Never mind.
Where was that Phantom one that I was nominated for?
Because I put your name down in memoriam for Shadow, but I wrote down in parentheses it was you and your sister's Rabbit. So you don't actually have 16, you had 15. So you were nominated for Pet of the Year for Shadow again. Weebiest Weeb again, where you lost to Deku a second time.
Deku!
Best Scenic Shot for Welcome to New Hell City from Pathologic 2. That was a good shot. You were nominated for Streamer of the Year, losing to me. Interesting. You were nominated for Gamiest Gamer.
I don't think I'd lose that to you this year, considering you've barely streamed.
I've really not streamed. You lost one.
I missed your streams, Fire.
I know. I gotta get a mic. Gamiest Gamer, you lost once again to me. You were nominated once again for Noten. You were the only... You and Kitten... Is it you and Kitten? Oh, you and Michael are the only... You and Bookburb are the only Hellions who have been nominated for the same character twice in a row.
Everyone just calls Bookburb Michael.
Yeah, I know.
He's just became his character.
It truly is.
If I ever meet him in real life and he's not a bird person, I have tons of questions to ask.
I'd be very confused. I would be too. So Noten, you actually lost to Bookburb/Michael. You were nominated for Best NHD Tabletop Cast for The Haunting once again as Noten. You were nominated and won for Best NHD Tabletop Short or Long Form Campaign. It's a mouthful for Dawnbreak. You won also for Game Master of the Year. You were nominated for Best Written Piece for One's Own Prison, because you lost to Princess Zoe. You were nominated for Best New Hell City Art Piece for Fire Down Below, for the movie poster challenge, which I enjoyed that one. You were nominated and won for Best Quote for Best Traditional Art Piece, which I am going to send you. My lawyers are going to be sending you a cease and desist letter for that quote. And you also won for Best NHD Event for Nollam's Hints.
I do like my best quotes, just because you are the best person to talk to for causing other people to make quotes.
Yeah, apparently so. Apparently so.
How many of the quotes that have been submitted this year from everyone, how many are you involved in some way?
Oddly enough, not a lot. These kids are off doing their own thing and quoting some other stuff. I'm not as involved in the quotes as I was last year, which I am shocked about.
Really?
Yeah, I'm very shocked about it. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of misspellings. It's a lot of it's a lot of stuff. But I don't know. I think the early ones that were nominated this year had me in them, but I don't know.
They have my favorite type of best quotes are the sort of ones that I try to get nominated for. Like the one where I was telling Kitten that about me in a bikini and all that sort of stuff.
Oh no, I'm in a bikini. You were nominated for the Bringer Award, to which you lost to Rhea, and you were nominated for Mod of the Year once again. So this time you walked away with, was it 3 Hellies? Is that how many you won? 1, 2... Yeah, and then 3. Oh, 4. You won 4 Hellies. That's right. That brings it to 6. Yes, that makes sense. So you got your redemption arc. How did it feel to win pretty much all of the tabletop awards?
I was not expecting it. Though, in hindsight, I don't think it's too surprising, since the D&D section really went quiet last year.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
And it still hasn't recovered fully yet. But that's been somewhat of my plan this year, to try and revitalize the D&D section.
Nollam, you can be the caddy of the D&D section. and maybe the D&D section will become what the RP section is now, which is chaos. Oh my god. Anyway.
Everything is always chaos.
Everything is chaos and everything is cyclical. You beat out some pretty good contenders. I mean, Game Master of the Year is a big one. You beat Colonel, Kitten, Catharsis, Spider Monkey, Virtual Pix, Caddy Master, Aura. So it was good. It was a good category. And your cast won for best tabletop cast. I voted for you across the board. I remember that.
Why, thank you.
I thought it was your time.
You get one free head pat. pat.
Oh, if you've never been to a Nollam stream, you must. You get free head pats.
I've added some new things to my streams, Fire.
Oh, please go follow Nollam at Nollam.
So, you know, channel points?
Yes, you have new ones.
Yep, I've added some things you can redeem for them.
Oh my God.
And for 1,000 channel points, you can ask me to compliment you.
Ugh. I will be getting that all the time. You know exactly what I like. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. How did you feel about losing to your own party? Not your party member, your own player for best NHD tabletop character.
I didn't mind, though. I think for that, I probably voted for either Tierweath or Syoon for that category.
Oh really? Okay. Interesting.
I think I probably voted for Tierweath, though I can't quite remember because somehow the way that I tried to make everyone's character arcs go, the one that I felt like the beats hit the best was with Tierweath for some reason.
Oh yeah, that is true. Oh, Tierweath. Oh, I missed Dawnbreak. So yeah, you walked away with 4 Hellies. You had, I think you were definitely one of the top winners. Did you feel good? Did it feel great?
I always feel good, Fire.
I love it. I love it. All right, let's talk about what's going on this year. So far, you are nominated for 12 Hellies. Your current nominations are for Awesome Activist, which is our new award, which rewards those who are spreading social awareness around the world.
And I'll just use this to bring up the fact that LGBT rights are currently not looking too good in several places.
Not great world.
They're currently up for debate in the UK, sadly. There's also, they've just been repealed in Hungary, I believe.
Oh god, well, can't expect much from them.
And America as well has had Joe Biden say that people should be allowed to discriminate against LGBT people if they are Christian and it's part of their religion. So
yeah,
there's a lot of work that needs to be done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Joe Biden's looking like he's going to have a little bit of an Obama track with the
yeah.
I'm sure he'll backtrack at some point and be like, "Oh, that was a dumb idea."
So we all saw it coming with Biden.
Of course. You're also nominated for. You're finally nominated for Weebiest Weeb a 3rd time. Do you think you're going to win?
I hope so. And I've got. Well, I went into each year thinking I was going to win that category. So, once again, I think I'm going to win that category.
Okay.
Because Deku has been very busy this year.
That is true.
But
very busy.
But something just niggles at my mind as if I'm going to never win that award. It's the one that I've been focused more on than any other award. So of course that is the one that I'm going to keep failing.
Oh well, yeah. Oh god, I hope so. I actually hope you don't get it.
I somewhat also hope that I never win that one just for the joke.
Just for the laugh.
Yep.
You were nominated for Clip of the Year for Too Many Spider. You were nominated for Gamiest Gamer once again. Think you're gonna lose to me again? You were nominated for the first time for Best Roleplay Cast for Enemy of the State, which we will get into in a second. You were also nominated for Best Roleplay Character for Isidore Immortel from Enemy of the State. We'll pause there for a second to talk about it.
Okay.
How did you come up with Isidore?
So, a few different things. I'll start with the name. You said that it was going to be in Russia, and so I just went, Pathologic is set in Russia. What's the first name and the last name of 2 different characters in Pathologic? And I'll use that. So, it's the first name from Isidore Burak, the dead doctor, and the last name of Mark Immortel, who is the guy who runs the theater.
Oh my god, that's so brilliant. Well, he's quite the he's gotten into quite the scuffles with his compatriots.
Yeah, because the place that his personality came from was in university. I was writing a script, and the script was, the first half of it was a heist where a team of bank robbers did a perfect heist, and the second half I tried to put way too much in too small a space at a time, so it wasn't great. But it was basically very Reservoir Dogs, where the team gets back to their safe house to find a member dead, and then they all get paranoid over who actually did it, and we're turning on each other.
Well, that's what's happening. And yeah, go ahead.
Isidore was basically one of that member. The only thing was the version of him in that was a lot more mature, let's say. He was more of an adult, so he is not as naive and easily manipulated as Isidore is, let's say.
Yes, because currently Isidore got very easily led into the mind chamber and is now about to experience something. We'll see.
And I really wanted to put a Matrix reference. Well, I did put a Matrix reference in as soon as you did that.
So,
well, is this real? Is Neo's first words when he's in the... Yep, it's as soon as he's in the sort of program, when he's in the white space with the couch and he grabs and feels the couch.
Gosh. So tune into Enemy of the State. We have a fan question about that coming up soon, but we'll get to the fan questions in a second. You're also nominated for for all your one shots for Best NHD One Shot Dungeon Dive for Sorrowsworn, Eternal Fire, Arachnophobia, and Witch's Tea Party. Which do you think is going to win in your folder?
For some reason, the one that I like the least, which is the Arachnophobia one, I think that's going to win.
Yeah,
just because of the people who are involved.
Yeah.
But the one that I want to win would be Witch's Tea Party, since I think that one was the one that was most fun.
Yeah. And please vote for me for B. Alley Steve. B. Steve Alley T. Please, for Best NHD career. Anyway, you are also nominated for Game Master of the Year. You're the sole nominee for right now, so maybe you will win by default. Who knows? Maybe you'll win uncontested.
I think the Colonel said that he was having plans to do a campaign.
Colonel, Kitten, there are a few others. Oh, and Caddy
as
well. And let me see what else we got. Oh, so you have Best Quote. You have several Best Quotes nominated. You were the first Best Quote ever nominated this year. Congratulations.
I think that first Best Quote as well was taken the exact day that you closed for last year's Best Quote.
Oh, really? Oh, God.
Yep.
That'd be great.
It happened on that very day. So you said to me, just nominate it once the new year starts.
Oh, my God. So we just got a compliment. Pika said their voices are both oddly calming. So we should probably do something really obnoxious with our voices. What if I just started eating? Would that be horrible? Does anyone have miss?
What if I do the Noten voice?
Oh, God. If I just started like... you're also nominated for Best Level Up. You're nominated for Best...
I don't know what my Best Level Up is.
I called it the Brownie. I don't know what it is. I'm too lazy to look. Best...
Me too.
Best New City Event for Nollam's Who's That Wednesday. And finally, Mod of the Year. What do you think you're going to win?
I would be happy if Who's That Wednesday won an award, since I've been putting quite a bit of effort into it.
There you go. Well, you won best. You won it last year, so you could keep that streak going. Although you are nominated against this show, so just saying.
And I'm on both. Oh no! What is this conflict?
That's right. You have to vote with your heart. Vote for yourself, Nollam. Vote for yourself this year, okay? Just vote for yourself. It'll be good. You're good. Don't worry. Okay, so that is your heli journey. You've had quite the heli journey. I'm excited for you to rise in the Heli Hall of Fame.
And I was thinking about doing some writing things.
Yes, please.
Soon.
Yes,
I've
please.
started planning out a series of 9 short stories that I might be putting in.
Yes, keep it locked on Literature Club. Yes.
Yep. Because I do like to find bits of the Discord that are a bit quiet and trying to make things a little more active.
Hell yeah, I love that. Ooh, I'm so excited. Okay. So at this point, we're going to take some fan questions. If you have any questions for Nollam, please post them in the Bonfire Bar chat. That is.
And I've got a question for everyone.
Oh God.
What have you been eating today?
What have you been eating today? Type it in chat. And while you guys are typing that, Audrey says, Nollam, how do you feel about all the chaos that's happening in Enemy of the State?
I am so proud of all of the chaos.
Have you worked out theories? Have you figured it out?
I've got several theories. I posted a few of them. I think I was the first one to catch on that the extra prisoner that was in the holding cell was Artyom.
Yeah.
I also have called that this is where the technology for the dating game originates.
Okay, all right. Interesting. Vote for the cryptid verse.
And stuff like that. But I've been very proud of the chaos that we have sown.
Yes, it is a very good cast.
Because my viewpoint while playing this has been somewhat detached, more like I'm the author. So it's more, instead of, oh, bad things are happening, I feel so bad for the characters, it's more, bad things are happening, yes, drama, let's go.
Yes, go for the drama. We live for the drama. Pocket Sup says, Nollam, what are your 3 favorite animals?
My 3 favorite animals? I am a huge fan of corvids, which are ravens, crows, blackbirds, magpies, and stuff like that, where
they talk. Love that.
Yep, they're very good at mimicking voices. They are some of the smartest animals around. And I walk a lot in the garden, and there is a blackbird who it likes to land in the garden about 5 feet away from me, and then it, as I'm walking around the garden, it copies my walking, and it just keeps pace, moving with me, and stuff like that. So I like the blackbirds. Other animals I like, I am a fan of reptiles, where I used to have a pet lizard. I had a gecko at one point.
Okay.
It actually was bought at the same time as Shadow was.
Aww.
But the gecko passed away.
This is pre
after a year or two. Yeah.
I see. R.I.P. Gecko. Are you planning on getting another pet?
My family is planning on getting a dog, but I am not a dog person, so...
You do not strike me as a dog person.
I'm not too big of a fan of that decision. I'm way more of a cat or rabbit person.
Yeah. I think cat is even more your... I mean, rabbit is most your speed. Because cats can be a little cantankerous at times, too. Nollam, Pockets Up asks, Nollam, what is your favorite anime?
I have tons of favorite anime, so it's difficult to ever narrow them down to the point that I usually give 9 or so of my favorites.
Alright, give us all 9.
So I'll just pick out a few. I'm a huge fan of Baccano and other works by Ryogo Narita, which is like Durara and stuff like that. I also like stuff like Bakemonogatari, which was made by Nisio Isin, which his name is a palindrome, which that just shows how much he loves wordplay. He also made Katanagatari, which it is a lesser well-known thing that he's made, but I really recommend it. It has one of the best endings to a series ever.
Okay.
I'm a huge fan of a rom-com called Engaged to the Unidentified, which I think it is possibly the anime that we have used the most GIFs of in this Discord.
And no one knows it.
Devon knows it. He's one of the few other people who seems to have watched it in this Discord. If you know the chibi sort of person running around panicking gif, or the eating the cookie gif, those are both from that show.
I see it.
I'm a fan of Haibane Renmei, which is an anime about a angel girl waking up in a place, and one of the biggest theories that people have about that show is that they are in purgatory, which that shows you what sort of a series it is. And I believe it was made by the same people who made Serial Experiments Lane.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
There's Hunter x Hunter, which is my favorite shonen battle series. And I really hope Togashi feels better because his back problems have left him not making manga for quite a while now. There's Hyoka.
You see what you've done, Seth?
Yep, see what you've done. I'm a huge fan of Hyoka, which is my favorite KyoAni series. It is a series that is sort of like mysteries, but instead of murder mysteries, it tends to be more children at school solving more everyday mysteries, and it's really sweet. Now I'll just quickly name off a few more, because I don't want this to go on forever. But March Comes In Like a Lion, Mononoke, Natsume Yujin Show, Psycho Pass, ReZero, Tanaka's Always Listless, The Garden of Sinners, Tatami Galaxy, Violet Evergarden. That's a decent list.
So there you go. You got every anime ever. Apparently, some things that people have been eating, because you asked that goddamn question. Bread, Taco Bell, toast. Nothing.
And a surprising amount of people said they haven't ate today, which you really need to eat.
Please eat. Folks.
Eating is great. I had some pasta today with some tomato sauce, and I had some grilled vine-ripened tomatoes to go with it. It was really nice.
Eating is so good. So good for you. Caps ate pear soup, pears, Oreo cake. Good lord. Rate the combined performance of Enemy out of 10 so far. Is what Jesse said.
Combined performance of Enemy out of 10.
Of the cast or of the story?
Cast, I'd give us an 8.
Okay.
Story so far, yeah, an 8 again. Why not? Never give out 10s because nothing is perfect. So you have to give things at the highest a 9 to urge them to still try and improve and be better.
Interesting. Caps asked, what was your first honest impression as you joined New Hell City?
My first impression wasn't too exciting since it was basically just starting when I arrived.
Yeah, it's like nothing.
Yeah, it was Best Circle of Hell, and maybe that was it. And then we added a few more things. Not too long into it, because I think Best Circle of Hell was originally mainly a video game chat.
Pretty much, yeah.
So we added the Weeb world next, I think.
Mm-hmm.
We also added a clip dump pretty early on. Because
because of me. Yeah, that makes
Yep.
sense.
We clipped you a lot, Fire, especially out of context.
Especially you out of context, yes. You would have won in those early days had we had the Hellies
Yep.
back then. So is that it? Does everyone have a question out? Let me see. I think that's it. Nollam is my mom confirmed. Nollam is everyone's mom.
I will be everyone's mom.
So if no one else has any more questions, we can move on. Although I see people typing, I just want to make sure. My mom's parrots the perfect quote every day. Oh. So what we can do now is...
Yep, she just looks at Fire and then, no one's perfect.
So the next section of the podcast is where we ask you rapid fire questions. Do you get it? Do you get it?
Fire? Can you look in bonfire bar?
What's happening? Oh god damn it. Oh, did you have this prepared? You son of a so and so.
I had that prepared.
Oh my gosh. I hate that you know about this podcast. Oh my gosh. If you haven't seen, for the audio listeners, Nollam had a meme ready to make for this section where it's two anime people and they're...
Two of the rabbit girls from Toho. And it's he's playing easy mode meme, but I've replaced it with stuff about rapid fire.
It says, it's funny because he's fire and rapid fire is a phrase. Oh my gosh, my ribs. That's a pun, right? He said rapid fire. I think I read that backwards because I'm American. But that's
fine. It works either way.
It works either way. That is amazing. That is amazing. Nominate that for best NHD meme. Somebody do that, please. Do it right now. Get on that nomination. Okay. Yeah, you think you're very clever, right, Nollam? We'll see how clever you are when I ask you these questions. Are you ready for rapid fire?
Okay.
Dun dun dun. The lights just went low in Nollam's room.
Oh no.
Yeah. What are you terrible at?
People. But I'll be more specific and say that I'm actually a bit face blind, so I'm not good at recognizing people's faces. To the point that at university, I met this person for at least 3 hours every week, and I only ever recognized him because he always wore the same hat.
I know this is rapid fire, but I have to pause because I listened to this. New York Times podcast episode about a married couple who were both medical anomalies. The husband had perfect facial recognition, and the wife had complete face blindness. And
I wouldn't say I have complete face blindness, but it's somewhat telling that I am way better at recognizing anime characters' faces than I am at real persons' faces.
Which is
to the point
interesting because anime faces a lot of times look the same. But yes,
yeah, to the point that I remember in school, whenever it was getting towards Christmas and other holidays, they often just put out random quizzes where, name all of these celebrities, and we put photos on. Then I don't know any of these.
What are you amazing at?
I am amazing at many things, but I'll say cooking for this. I enjoy cooking.
I would like you to post a best dish at some point and all. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but stopping to take photos when I'm someone who, while I'm cooking, I'll just take things out of the pan and start eating it while I'm cooking because I can't even wait for the food to finish cooking.
Oh my gosh. Do I look pretty today?
Of course you look pretty today.
Thank you.
You're wearing a nice dress.
Thank you. You know, so when I ask that question, people are like, you already asked that earlier. And I'm like, just say yes. Just say yes. That's the answer. My gosh. You peons.
And to Pika, I'm also not great at names either, to the point that I sometimes get people's names mixed up in my head. And there was one stream, Fire, do you remember when we did the Crash Team Racing streams?
Yes, I did. Yeah, infamous.
There was one point where, because I sometimes get you, Fire, Sig, and Phil's names mixed up in my head. And I think it's just because you're the three people who stream that I watch the most. Mm-hmm. So having all three of you, because both Sig and you were playing Crash Team Racing with me, and Phil was in my chat. And so I ended up saying Sig when I meant Phil, and then I tried to course correct in the middle of the sentence, and it ended up being such a horribly grammatically broken sentence that I just remember Sig just sounding confused and going, "Yeah?" He had no idea what to make of what I just said.
Very short circuit moment. Name something you would set on fire.
Why not this Morgana plush doll that I have staring at me right now?
No, don't do that. You love Morgana. You have to pack your stuff up today and go live with someone who is from New Hell City. Who is it?
This is a difficult one because there's quite a few people in NHC that I think would be fine to live with.
But who would be the best?
It's difficult to say, but I'd say you, possibly Fire.
Really? Interesting.
But
I
people that came to mind
love living with me, but continue.
But the people that came to mind was Devon. Andy, I think we'd get along well. Catty, probably. There's quite a few.
I was going to say Dragoon. I think Dragoon.
Dragoon and I think, would get along pretty well as well.
Yeah.
I didn't think of Dragoon just because I just imagine Dragoon with her entire family. For some reason, I just don't ever imagine her separated from them.
That is true. That is true. What is your favorite word?
How about Pixides?
What does that... I know this is rapid fire, but what does that mean?
Okay, Pixides is the plural of Pixis.
Oh, boy. All right.
And a Pixis is a cylindrical container. So, like, as we in the UK would say, a biscuit tin, and Americans would probably say a cookie jar, they are usually Pixides.
And other words no one ever uses. What is your least favorite word?
I do not like any curse words or slurs.
That fucking makes sense. What noise or sound do you love?
How about... I am a fan of tons of video game sounds. For example, the alert sound in Metal Gear Solid.
What noise or sound do you hate?
I hate the noise of... So, you know when people are sort of sweeping, but
sweeping
it just doesn't sound right? Yeah, that sort of one where you just sort of cringe and...
I'm going to give you... I know we're doing rapid fire. This is the longest rapid fire ever. I'll give you even worse sound. There is nothing worse than the sound of raking. I hate the sound of raking. You could be raking the ground. I don't care if you're raking... No matter where you're raking, the sound of raking is awful.
Yes, but when you're raking the lawn, it doesn't tend to be too bad because you're on soil and grass. That's usually fine, and that's the only place I have ever raked.
Ugh. Yeah, I don't like the sound of sweeping either. I'm with you there.
Yeah.
What is your favorite curse word? That's interesting.
I don't have one.
Do you have any like semblance of a like insult word that could be?
How about Baka?
There we go. That works. That's the first time that question is not applicable here.
Yep. As people may have noticed, I never swear.
This is true. He never swears. What profession other than your own would you like to attempt? You're a writer.
This is similar, so I don't know if it counts, but I would like to work somewhat in video games. Though I know all about the crunch and stuff like that, which makes it way less appealing.
Well, according to Insomniac, they didn't have any crunch, so apparently it's not a universal
They had crunch.
But they said they didn't.
Corporations will say anything, but another one would be, while I don't have the ability yet, I would like to learn how to sew and make dresses and stuff.
I love that. What profession would you not like to attempt?
Anything in retail.
Yeah.
I have seen the life drain from people's eyes.
Oh god. Yeah. They're zombies. And final question of the rapid
Or
fire
a spider.
is, when you get to hell, what would you like to say to you when you arrive at the fiery gates?
Well, as long as he gives me a hug and everything's fine, I don't see why words are even needed.
Oh, just a hug. Just a hug in his big, strong arms. Daddy Satan.
Maybe a head pat would be fine.
That would be amazing. You get if he said you get one free head pat, that would be sweet. Oh, I would love that. Quick bonus fan question. Audrey wants to know, how did you react to Boria's death? How did you react to that whole scene?
Me personally, I found it hilarious.
Could you believe that they started that coup? Could you believe it?
I did not expect things to go that way. I'll say I found it hilarious because I have been viewing things in the RP more as a sort of, the author's mentality where if things go badly, if things are being dramatic, it's terrible for the characters. But the writer in me is just going, yes, good. Yeah. This is what makes art.
It was very shocking that he died. He seemed like he was sort of the lead character for a while.
I was expecting Isidore to die. I was expecting Isidore to die, and I was just going to, okay, let's try and make his death as hilarious as possible. And then, wait, Isidore's still alive? How is this happening?
Oh, R.I.P. Boria. We love very iconic death scene.
Boria is great.
Boria is great. I can't wait. I hope you guys win Best Cast. That's a good cast. Okay, so now the next section of the podcast, we do an Ask NHC Live. And as you know, Nollam, we have so many lost and poor, unfortunate souls who live here. And they just need our help so badly. And you and I are both gorgeous and, fancy and well-managed and perfect in every way. So it's up to us to help these people. So I have 3 letters from here. And I will give you the choice of one of the 3. Are you ready, Nollam?
Hit me.
All right, just put your face out so I can just reach over there. Yep, there we go. And
I've only had my first vaccine prior, so we've sadly keep socially distancing.
Oh, that is true. I will use a baby hand attached to a baby doll hand attached to a stick. Shout out to Truth or Tale.
Or shout out to Taskmaster.
Or shout out to Taskmaster. That's not where I got that from, although I just now made that connection. That is funny. I'm on Series 8. Anyway, we'll talk about it later. So we have a person who recently lost out on a job interview, and it's affecting their self-confidence. We have someone who has some issues becoming a little bit of a looky-loo at the gym. And wondering if he's becoming too much of a creep. And then we have...
I answered that one last time in the chat.
And then we have...
Just put a bag over your face. Everything's fine.
And then we have...
Or sunglasses.
And then we have someone whose ex is trying to force them into a friendship that she doesn't want to be a part of. Which do you think you could help the most at?
I don't think I'd be the best for any of these.
Well, that's why I'm here. I'm here to flank you.
Yep. But because it's so completely out of my wheelhouse, why not the first one?
Okay, the job one. Okay. Dear NHC, I recently applied for a job I wanted so bad. It was in a field I wanted to work in, and it would have been a great opportunity for me to finally leave the house. I currently have a job that has me working from home, but it's barely giving me work, and I'm having a hard time coping with being at home all the time. I got through 3 rounds of interviews and finally got to the point where I was talking to the directors of the company. It was a little nerve-wracking, but I gave it my all, and when it came down to it, I could hear the interviewer's voice that I didn't get the job. I guess she didn't actually, or this person didn't actually say that, but I guess they interpreted that from the voice. It's now been a couple weeks and I've not heard back on anything, and my self-confidence isn't even in the toilet. It's somewhere in the piping system. I used the time just before the pandemic to work on not hating myself, and I succeeded for the most part, but I find myself slipping back into my days of never leaving my bed, never showering, etc. I don't know if any of your interviewees can relate to this, but I want to know how to stop thinking about this job and or how to recover from a nosedive back into self-hate. Signed, Jobless.
Okay, so the parts that completely different from me, I am completely fine with locking myself in a room and never leaving.
Yes, you're very much an introvert, so.
Yep, but other than that, I'd say rejection is completely fine because there is, as they say, tons more fish in the sea, and you barely even know the people who rejected you, so you shouldn't really care about their opinions.
That is true. Oh god, I thought you were going to answer longer. I took a chance to take a bite of my food. Yes.
It's like when you're a writer, you have to submit your work to a lot of different places. And they'll give you rejection letters all the time. So it's just move on to the next one, basically.
Yes.
The best thing is when they reject you and they give you reasons why. But I don't think that happens in regular job interviews.
No, you generally have to ask. You have to send a follow-up email about
because if you find out why, then you've got something that you can change and improve on.
Yeah. There's also
always think of bettering yourself.
Always think of bettering yourself. That is true. That is actually really good advice, Nollam. So I would also just to pepper that a little bit is that people hire based on a ton of reasons, and a lot of them are out of your control. Sometimes there's just someone who just works out better. You might have also been good. They might have ended up going with someone who lives closer to the job. They might have gone with someone who maybe you don't have a car, maybe they have a car. There's a lot of other factors that can go into it. So it doesn't really have anything. It probably doesn't have anything to do with your self-worth. In fact, I know it doesn't have anything to do with your self-worth. But the other thing is that I think as kids, we're not really prepared. I mean, I'm still a child, let's be honest. But as children, we're not prepared for rejection because we sort of, if you were lucky enough to have parents or a parental system, your life is padded around you so that you don't experience hardship or rejection. So once you become an adult, it becomes a bit of a shell shock experience once you start experiencing rejection. But the truth is that rejection is a part of life, and actually rejection is more a part of life than success is. So,
you just have to know as well that the people hiring don't always make the right choices. It's like the time that George Lazenby, I think his name is, the James Bond actor, he had not actually acted in a single thing before that, but he just walked into the interview, pretended that he had been working as an actor, made up all these soaps and stuff like that, and they all believed him.
That's amazing.
Yep, so he just lied to the director and the casting director. And he's one of the least liked James Bonds because he doesn't really know how to act as anyone other than himself.
He was only in one, right? He was only in one of the movies.
He was only in a single movie.
That's crazy. Wow, honestly good for him. Because that's how
Yep.
you get a job, is you lie, to be honest. But we'll talk about that later, and maybe another thing. But the other thing I was gonna say is that what ends up happening when you get older is that rejection is actually doesn't ever go away. It just gets easier, because if you do this enough times, then you're sort of like, okay, well, let's just move on to the next thing. And it's very easy to get discouraged and sort of put your self-worth in other people's hands, but it's what everyone's looking for, something different, and you can't get into someone's head. So just take this experience, go on to another interview, and do more interviews. And as you get, it's truly like going on dates. It's like the more dates you go on, the less nervous you get being on dates, because you know what to expect. So,
What is dating like?
oh boy. Well, I'll take you on one after this interview, Nollam. Don't worry.
Why, thank you, Fire.
We'll go down to the pub and have a shepherd's pie, right?
I don't like pie, and I don't like going to the pubs either, really.
Boy, anyway. So yeah, that's it. Don't be discouraged. Try not to be. It's gonna happen. You're going to get rejected again, and you're also gonna succeed again. So get back on that horse. My friend always says you get a week to be sad, and then after that week, you put your pants on, and get back out there. So get back out there. It'll be fun.
And you know what it's time for now?
Oh boy, here it is.
Who's That Wednesday?
Alive, Who's That Wednesday? On Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh God, here we go.
And so, I will be reading out 5 hints as to who today's anime character is. I'll be reading the hints out one at a time, and each person in the audience is allowed to guess once per each guess.
Can I guess? Am I allowed to guess too?
You're allowed to guess.
Thank you.
Today's category is, as with all of them for this month, it is Pride Month.
Woo!
And so, the first hint is, this character is non-binary.
Oh fuck! Was this video games or anime?
Anime.
Right. Okay.
And it is not Hange.
Non-binary anime character. Krona.
What was that?
Krona.
It is not Krona.
Damn it.
But good guess, Fire.
Thank you.
Pat, pat, pat. So that's 2 guesses. Anyone else have a guess?
Does anyone
Or
else
shall
have a
we
guess?
move on to hint 2? It is not Grell. And 2 people guessed Grell Sutcliffe.
Oh, that's what I was gonna
Which-
guess too.
I believe that they are a trans woman,
Oh.
but Black Butler isn't exactly the best for gender, so
Damn it.
they could go other ways. And so, hint 2, this character does not go by their birth name.
Oh, great. So maybe they're like Madonna. Maybe they have one name. No. Damn it.
Yesterday's was, well, not yesterday's, but last week's was solved instantly.
This one's hard.
I aimed for getting a more difficult one.
Oh man, this is hard.
That's what she said.
Oh God, Nollam's now making dick jokes. I can't. Okay. Oh man, I don't. This might be out of my depth. Wait nope. Also, Nollam wouldn't pick a person from Cowboy Bebop. Damn it.
It is not Kokuri.
No idea. So I know.
I always make the hints that hint 5 is a one that'll make things a lot more obvious.
Wait, is it Neferpitou from Hunter x Hunter?
It is not Neferpito, but that is a brilliant guess, Fire.
Thank you for that.
You actually guessed a Hunter x Hunter character. I'm so proud of you.
I know, and I don't even like that show.
How dare you?
I've seen a
And
lot of
so,
it, but I don't think it. Okay.
hint number 3. This character carries several different guns and knives. It is not Jack the Ripper. And good for you to put from Fate as well on there, since anime loves using Jack the Ripper.
I was about to say, I thought that was Jack the Ripper. Wait a second. Is it? No, this can't be right. Okay, this might be a little bit of a stretch. Is it Toko from Danganronpa?
It is not Toko from Danganronpa. It is not Envy from Fullmetal Assassination Classroom, and no, it is not them either.
Damn, this is hard.
Yep, Nagisa sometimes cross-dresses, but he is male.
He's a lad. Huh. We may need hint 4.
So hint 4 is the point where I think things may become easier. This character owns a talking motorbike.
Selfie from Durarara.
It is not Salty from Durarara, but good guess. I'll give it to Shadow. It is Kino from Kino's Journey.
Oh, damn it. I had no idea Kino was non-binary.
Kino is non-binary. They say that they do not like being gendered.
Oh.
And Kino is not their birth name.
Oh, what's their birthday?
I can't remember, but...
Damn it. Well, congratulations to Shadow. Is this your first Who's That Wednesday hint that you won, Shadow?
So let's see. I've got the list. I think that's their first win.
Good job, Shadow. Must be nice. Must be nice. I'll come back when Nollam decides to do a Cowboy Bebop character. Oh
I should do at some point, since I've got quite a few.
There's some queer representation in Cowboy Bebop.
I've already got the queer characters done. I'll give you some clues for it, because the first one was a gay character, second one non-binary, third is going to be a lesbian, and fourth is a bisexual person.
I will have you know that, problematic or not, Cowboy Bebop does have an intersex character that shows up in the middle of the series, and it's handled fine, sort of. Anyway.
Sort of.
Congratulations to Shadow for winning Who's That Wednesday on Wednesday. And congratulations to Nollam for being Nollam. You get to be Nollam every day. How cool is that?
I don't know if there's anything cooler.
There can't be. There can't be. Nollam, is there anything you want to say to your adoring fans before we sign off on this perfectly hour podcast?
Well, of course, when I'm in something, it becomes a paragraph in length. But show empathy to your fellow people.
Yes, do that. Do that now. Nollam, you're phenomenal. I'm happy that you're my friend. You are a total legend up in these streets, as we say. You have to win Weebiest Weeb this year. Guys, you gotta vote for Nollam for Weebiest Weeb. It's only right. Or don't, and make it funny that Nollam never wins it. Look out for Justice in Chains happening vaguely this weekend.
So we're going to have session 0 this weekend, but it's only going to have 2 of the 4 players.
It's going to be like a Bebop where you like meet the other people later. It'd be great.
And then the actual first session will be happening next week on Sunday, I believe. And then after that, I don't know if it's going to be Saturdays or Sundays.
It will be good. It will be good. You guys have to listen and watch on. You'll be streaming it on Twitch. So.
And I'll be putting the VODs in the Justice Case files.
Yes. So check that ish out. Nollam, you've been a wonderful guest. Congratulations on everything.
And you've been a wonderful host, Fire.
Well, honestly, for only being fed brownies and it being hot as hell here, I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best.
I've got some strawberry smoothie with me.
Oh, great. Well, Nollam and I are going to go on a date. And you all can catch Lobsy next week for our next interview. I'll be flying over to Germany, which is great that I'm here in the UK because I'm right there. So I will see you guys next week. I love you all. We're gonna go on our date. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good morning, New York City. It's an hour and a half. Bam. Take that time.